Hey guys, welcome back. This is Rishike from TheIndianUnlocks, and today in this video we're going to do the Ryzen Fun with Ryzen episode number 3. In this video we'll be making a Ryzen build featuring the 1300X that was recently sent to us by AMD under our no bias agreements. So yeah, without any further ado, let me roll this intro and let's get to the video itself. Let's begin. So the only reason for making this video is many of the users were requesting a Ryzen 3 build on our channel via the comment section in this video. So yeah, we thought like let's build a Ryzen 3 system for all of you guys out there that are currently not looking for a high-end build but rather a budget build. So right now what we are going to do is I am going to read out all the parts that we have chosen from this notebook PC, that is a laptop, because it is easier for me to read and not forget about any part right now. Also, this is a ZenBook 3 for those who are wondering, and it's a ultrabook. It's not a laptop as such, but yeah, it is for the outgoers and those who need traveling computers. So yeah, basically this is the book for them. But without any further ado, let me just tell you all the parts that we have used in this build as well. So for the CPU, as I said already, we have chosen the Ryzen 3 1300X. This is a quad-core chip with a base frequency of 3.5 GHz and boost up to 3.7. Although we are able to overclock this beast to up to 3.95 GHz, but not up to 4 GHz because it was really unstable at 4 GHz. So if you're going to overclock the CPU, expect results up to 3.9 GHz at best, not anything further than that. Yeah. This also comes with a Wraith cooler which is included in the box, and for budget builders out there this is a very positive thing because you don't need to shop for a extra CPU cooler. And this is a 65 watts CPU, it's not that power hungry as well, so this should be really great. The temperatures on the CPU after even after overclocking were quite reasonable, and under heavy loads the CPU was quite chilly for the cooler. So anyways, let's get further. The motherboard that we are going to use is the MSI B350 Motar motherboard, and this was sent to us by MSI for review as well. The board has a B350 chip inside, which means that it will support overclocking as well as support all the Ryzen processors right from the R3 to R7, that is a Ryzen 3 to Ryzen 7. Even 1800X can be supported, but I would not recommend you do that because the power delivery is not that efficient for 1800X to handle. But for a Ryzen 3 it's like overkill basically. But the only reason why we go for this board is because of the features that it has for a very reasonable price. It has 3200 MHz overclocking capability on the memory, provided that you have the perfect memory for that. You have 4 SATA ports, 1 PCIe M.2, that's correct, a PCIe M.2 slot on a cheap motherboard, which is really great. It has 4 total fan headers including the CPU one, which is really good. 7.1 audio, gigabit LAN, etc, really great. And most of all, it has one RGB connector, which is like the necessity of the day. The GPU that we're going to use today is a Strix 1050 Ti variant from Asus, and it's a really good card. It has a boost clock of about 1506 with a base clock of 1392 MHz, but in our testing it went easily over 1800 MHz without any overclocking from our side. The GPU boost works really great on this card, and the temperatures are below 60 degrees Celsius. Even at high load at 1080p ultra settings, most of the games ran very good on this card. So yeah, we are quite happy with the performance, and as far as the performance is concerned, you will see it in our benchmarks later in this video as well. But with this Ryzen and the 1050 Ti, what is the memory that you are going to use, you ask? Well, the memory that we are going to use and powering all the system is the Corsair memory kit, that is the LPX series of Vengeance memory, and it's a 2400 MHz speed, the same kit we are using in our beast out in here. And it's not a bad kit for the price it offers, although the memory prices are increasing day by day. But I would recommend you to get a 8GB kit for this build, at least an 8GB kit. Also you can go for 16GB as the motherboard definitely supports that. As far as the memory frequency for Ryzen 3 is concerned, I did not find much of an increase in performance while overclocking and like using high free speed memory. 2400 megahertz quite is 2400 megahertz is quite good for a Ryzen 3 system, that too on a budget system. Although I would recommend you to go at 4x2 or 8x2 configuration, because you will get a dual channel configuration and that might help you in some games as well. So yeah, if that is possible, do get a 4x2 or 8x2 kit. Powering all of this is the Antec 450 series of PSU, that is a VP series, and we have used it in our previous builds as well. You can check out the video out in here. And in the January month, we made a 30,000 Skylake build, and we used it in our system, and it's been rocking really good in that system as well. So no complaints with this power supply as for now. It really doesn't matter which company you go for a PSU, until and unless these requirements for this build are met, because since this is a budget system, 80 plus gold and all ratings are not available for under 400 watts. For this configuration, you can go for a PSU that is up to 350 watts or higher. And using a 1050 Ti with this build, you will need a 6-pin power connector, so make sure that your PSU has that, and a 8-pin CPU EPS connector. So if you have these 2 pins in your power supply, then it is good to go. The Antec one that we are using currently does have all of the required power supply connectors, so that is why we're going to use this. You can use any of the Corsair brands or even Cooler Master branded power supplies, provided that they have the required plugs. Anyways, we haven't had any issues with the previous power supply, that is the Antec VP 450 watts, and this we brought since in January etc, and it's been going good. It's been about 11 months or so good. So it's a go from our side as well. So the case that we're going to use today is a spec M2 from Corsair that was sent to us even by Corsair for this build. It was not for a review as such, but this was specifically meant for this build, and thank you Corsair India for sending this case. As far as the case is concerned, it is quite light, it is quite budget minded case. It is not a top of the range case, but once you build in the system, it is quite good, and I did not find any problems in building in this case as far as the case is concerned. The only issue that I had is I accidentally installed the motherboard first and then tried to install the power supply, which was a mistake on my part, because the EPS connector hole is quite behind the motherboard and you will need to pass the EPS connector previously before installing the motherboard. So that was one caveat that I had with the case, but rest of the case looks fine, looks good for the budget build, and it is available for under 4,000 bucks or under 3.5k. So that's a good case from Corsair. It also includes a LED fan, which is unfortunately a blue color one, but you can definitely DIY it for blue color or green color or white color LEDs. The LEDs are removable. If you know what soldering is, if you can do it, well and good. So talking finally about the hard disk and the storage that we have opted for, we have a 2TB Seagate drive. Although this is our drive, this is not sent in by Seagate, but you can definitely go for any of the brands out there, either Seagate or WD, whatever brands you choose. You can go for 1TB or 2TB according to your budget. Although if you would like to save some money, you can go for a 1TB one and install an SSD. Why I'm saying this is because the SSD will deliver you immense performance as compared to a hard drive. If you want to neglect the hard drive altogether, you can also do that. You can make a purely SSD system out of the Ryzen 3 1300X, no problems with that. For your storage, if you have any other PC hard disk lying around, you can just plug it in, no issues. There are enough SATA ports on the motherboard as well. So my recommendation would be to go for a 1TB SATA drive, that is the normal spinning hard drive, and a 120GB SSD. I will link all of the parts that we talked about in the description below. Do check them out before purchasing. And if you have any doubts, please comment below or write an email to us at TheIndianUnlocks@gmail.com, and I'll be answering you by every Sunday or Saturday. I'll send you a mail back, so as far as the timing are concerned. So yeah, that is it for the video. Let's go ahead and build a system and let's see how it performs. Let's start. So I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, give it a thumbs down if you did not, and tell us in the comment section below what you would like to see next on our channel. Also, the channel is going to be on a hold for about a month or so because we have our exams coming on, but you can surely leave our suggestions in the comment section below. There's also a Q&A that is going to happen and live streams that are going to happen in the month of January on this channel as well. So I hope you like this video. As I told before, give it a like and do share it with your friends if you like it. If you have built a system from the parts that we have suggested, you can just send us a mail and send us a picture of your system. We would like to check it out. Also, there were 2 more builds that are posted in our channel. One was a Ryzen 1700X build and one was a Skylake build that was made in January or so. You can check both of this video out there and give it a thumbs up on those videos as well. And for further more videos, do subscribe to our channel because we are bringing the PC Master Race to India. So without any further ado, I'll just leave for this moment. This is Rishikesh signing off for the Indian Unlocks. I hope you learned something today. Have a nice day. Bye.